Welcome to the Voice Coach Podcast, here for all your speaking voice training and guidance. My name is Nick Redman, and I am offering you all sorts of nuggets of wisdom on how to keep your voice in good working order and a true representation of who you are. So if you're a podcaster, presenter, actor, speaker, or voiceover artist, or a general voice geek, you're in good hands. Shall we get started? Happy New Year! I hope you had a lovely time. I hope your new year was brought in whatever way pleases you. I know New Year's can be happy for some, less happy for others. You know, it's a funny old time going from one year to the next, and let's not sugarcoat it. It's been another feckin' hard year. 2021 will go down in the history books again, as will 2020, which is, tough for all of us. But listen, here we are. The year has started. And we made it. We've arrived in the new year and, you may or may not have guessed it, but we're got to get a reflection on, don't we? Now look, I don't do New Year's resolutions anymore. Full disclosure, I'm pure shite at them. There's too much pressure. And I've got enough on, I'm always doing my best, you know what I mean? I don't need some ridiculous concept of setting loads of new things that I want to do with myself that I'll definitely not achieve. I think it's just the title really that annoys me. I don't like the idea of resolutions because the year I'm coming out of wasn't that bad, Anyway, I do find reflecting on things really useful rather than, resolutions and setting loads of silly tasks for myself. Now, what I mean by that is thinking about how the past year has gone, what I'm happy with, what I've achieved, what I might have learned or changed or gained or lost. Just taking a little bit of time for myself, getting out a pen and paper, retro, and jotting a load of stuff down. So this episode is about reflecting back, thinking about things. And the next episode, next week, is about thinking forwards. So this reflection is like a two-step process. And we're not going to be setting resolutions, but we are going to be thinking about goals, which is things we can aim for, rather than things we have to complete and achieve. It's all about titles, really, isn't it? It's all about what you say it. A rose by any other name, etc. So, this episode is a few questions I'd like you to ask yourself. It's going to be a brief episode. You might want to write them down now to sort of answer later if you're, busy right now. Or you might want to pause as we go and answer these questions along the way. Here we go. Question number 1. Now, this is a tough one sometimes, but I'd like you to dig deep. What do you like about your voice at the moment? Yes, I said like. What do you like about your voice at the moment? Is it an accent thing, a tonality thing? Is it, whatever. What do you like about your voice at the moment? Number 2, what has your voice helped you achieve this year? I love this question. What have you been able to do because you have a voice? That can be something to do with work or recording or podcasting or presenting, anything like that. But it might be, getting through difficult chats or communicating with a child or a family member, or it could be friendships, anything like that. What has your voice helped you achieve this year? Number 3, what have you worked on in your voice? Have you done any classes or courses or coaching? What have you actively done to explore your voice? Question 4, there's only 5. Question 4, how has your voice or your relationship to your voice changed this year? If you have been exploring it and working on it, what have you noticed? And what about your relationship to your voice? Did you start listening to this podcast in February, not sure what to do or not with a good relationship to your voice? And as you've been exploring things, has that changed a little bit? Or maybe your voice has changed for the worse this year. It's been tough. There's a lot going on and we've got a lot of tension in the world at the moment. So maybe this is a point where you write down something that isn't quite as good as it used to be. But that's the point of reflection. We're trying to raise awareness to our instrument. So how has your voice or your relationship to your voice changed this year? And number 5, is there anything that you're not quite happy with regarding your voice at the moment? I don't really like to ask too many questions that are negative at this point, but when we're thinking about planning forward in any training goals or exploration of the voice goals you might have, you do need to think about the why. So is there anything that you think is not quite there with your voice at the moment? Is there anything that you think could be more efficient, more authentic, more useful? So there we go. Those are the 5 questions. What do you like about your voice? What has your voice helped you to achieve this year? What have you worked on in your voice? How has your voice or relationship to your voice changed this year? And number 5, is there anything you're not happy with regarding your voice at the moment? So write those down, answer them in whatever way you like, whether you're a pen and paper person or you're a tippity-tappity person or you're a record it person. Sometimes it helps just to speak all this stuff into your recording app on your phone. And remember to sign up for New Year, New Voice starting in the Voice and Accent Hub in a couple of weeks. It's a load of free sessions just to get things kick-started and get your inspiration going. I've put a link in the bio. Oh, and actually, if you can't wait for that, like if you want to get stuck in straight away, because we're doing that towards the end of January, then you can download a wee mini course from my website on jaw and tongue release, which are lovely, just to start getting your training going. Or you can get a little body and breath release audio guide download. So get stuck into those. Alrighty. Answer those 5 questions, and I will see you next time. And make sure you bring your goal-setting pants. If that's a thing. I think they'd probably just be comfy pants. Always comfy.
Thanks for listening to the Voice Coach podcast. For even more support with your speaking voice, head on over to our free community, the Voice and Accent Hub on Facebook. See you in there.